Yo, what is poppin', my peeps? Welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Peyton Smeltz, or Peyton Smeltz, Peyton OG Smeltz, whatever you guys want to call me. Welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, is gonna be kind of a personal and serious kind of video. Today I'm gonna be telling you guys something that probably most of you don't know about me, and so why don't we get into what I want to talk to you guys about. But like always, before we get started, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that jazz. Also, make sure you guys go follow me on my Instagram, link in the description, at _Peyton Smeltzer_. Also, go follow Smeltz's personal podcast, now available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I will also be posting the official audio of each episode on my YouTube channel as well. So make sure you guys obviously subscribe if you want to listen to it here. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alright guys, so we changed the settings. So like I explained in the intro, I'm going to be telling you guys a little something that you probably don't know about me. So why don't we just get into it? So I have this gene that was passed down to me from my dad, and I'll even show you. So as you can see, these fingers right here, thumb, index finger, they look pretty normal, right? But if you get to fingers that are folded down, they're not as normal. And let me explain why. So it's this gene that was passed down. The majority of the guys in my family have it. Like my dad had it, passed it down to me. So when I was born, my fingers were actually stuck together. And so they were like this on both hands. They were stuck together. And so I want to pull up a picture. So let's do that really fast. Let's pull up a picture of what I was like when I had my very first surgery. This was surgery number 1. So pull up the picture. So yeah, guys, that was 1-year-old Peyton Smeltzer, and I gotta say, I was pretty cute back then. How did that adorable little kid turn into me? But anyway, that was me in the hospital shortly after I was born. I think I was like 1, and that was also surgery number 1. And you're probably thinking, surgery number 1? Well, how many surgeries did you have? Throughout my lifetime, I had a total of 9 surgeries. And at first, I only had 8. The last surgery I had was when I was 5 years old. Or 4. I can't remember. It was such a long time ago. I've had that many surgeries. And then when I was I've had 8 so far. I had 8, and that's the result of 8 after being separated. But if you look at this hand, it's different. It's like a little more different than this hand. As you can see, like these fingers are more straight than this hand right here. And I want to explain, that's a different story to talk about this hand, why this is different. So why don't we get into telling the story? And honestly, this is my favorite story to tell. I want to tell you guys the story of my 9th surgery, because yes, I had 8 surgeries before my 9th, but I don't remember those ones. So I'm going to be telling you guys, for today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys the story of my 9th surgery. So let's get into that. Alright guys, so this is the story behind my 9th surgery. So, before, like, my hands were not as straight as, my left hand was not as straight as it is now. So, when I was 12, almost 13, because I was in 7th grade when I had this surgery, I went up to my mom and I said, I want to start thinking about getting my hands straightened out, because as you can see, they're they're messed up. So it reached that point where my mom made the appointment with the doctor, and and what sucked about the surgery, so it's the day of the surgery, and I had the surgery at Shriners Hospital down in Salt Lake City, Utah. And the day of the surgery, I couldn't eat anything, because apparently if you eat something like before surgery and then they put the anesthesia mask on to, like, you know, put you to sleep, it will actually make you throw up. And so that's why the doctor said don't eat anything the day of the procedure. And so, well, technically, if you eat anything after midnight, it's bad news. So I couldn't eat anything all day. And so we get to Shriners early in the morning. The surgery was at like 10 a.m. So we got there at like 8:30, almost 9 a.m. And so when we got to Shriners, we checked in, we did the usual thing. They gave us like a buzzer, like that all the restaurants like kind of do. It was that kind of buzzer, so when it beeped, like they were ready for you. And so once it beeped, after about 20-ish minutes, it was like 8:45 in the morning. And I remember I called my dad, and I was like, well, I'm going into surgery, like, wish me luck and all this. And I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, so the night before, I had my dad give me a blessing, just to make sure, like a blessing of comfort, to make sure that I get through this procedure and that I'm safely coming out of it. And, you know, the doctors are able to, like, do their thing, and the surgery is a success. And so once I got pulled back, I got sent up to my room, which was room number 1. Not to brag or anything, but it was room number 1, and I had my name on it. And so when I got there, the doctor, you know, did his usual thing. Like, they showed up, it's like, here, put this gown on and everything. It's like, strip down to your underwear and then put on the gown. And I was like, oh boy. And so when I was putting it on, you know, the gown is open in the back. And so I was just standing there in my gown, and the doctor walks in and jokingly says, maybe not have your back to the window. I was like, oh shoot, yeah, that's right. And so I laid on the bed, and, you know, the doctor starts to explain the procedure, like starts asking me questions about stuff. And I am like freaking out at this point. Like, I'm so nervous, like I'm so scared. And I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And the doctor, not even a joke, gets one of his nurses, and she's like, can you like go get this thing for him? And so then the nurses come back about 10 minutes later with a pill and a warm blanket. And they're like, here, take this. And I was like, okay. And legit, it was a chill pill. Like, not even kidding me. It was like a chill pill. Because as soon as I took that thing, she's like, now you can start to relax. And she put the thing on me. I laid back. And I remember I went from freaking out to like 15 minutes later, I was just like, like, I was chill, like, wasn't even freaking out. I was like, what was that thing? And I remember telling my mom, I was like, legit, that was a chill pill. And so, yeah. So anyway, sorry about the, like, thing. But anyway, I took the chill pill, and they put the blanket on me, and I'm all calm, and the doctor was, like, asking me all these questions. And then the doctor left. It's like, okay, we gotta go get the operation room ready. So then the guy leaves. I'm just sitting there, like, talking to my mom. And then another guy walks in that I haven't met, and he turns my bed he puts there, because there was wheels on it. And so he turned it into like a gurney, and then he like rolled me down the hallway. And he's like, okay, we're gonna go in here. And so then he rolls me into this room with this other kid. And like, the kid just stares at me awkwardly. He's like, who is this guy? And so I was like, please don't tell me I have a roommate. Because like, I don't want a roommate when I'm in the hospital. And so then the guy pushed me against the wall, because apparently that was the recovery room. Like, where after the surgery's over, that's where I wake up eventually. And so, I go in there, I'm waiting for like 20 minutes, waiting for the doctor, and it's like 9:45 in the morning. And so then the doctor, the actual surgeon, comes in, and he outlines he marks the incision. Like, he takes this, like, blue marker, starts, like, drawing on my fingers. He's like, this is where I'm going to cut and everything. Because I was asking him, like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm just marking the incision. Like, this is where I cut and everything. I was like, okay, sounds good. And so, and then he said this. He's like, okay, say your goodbyes to your mom. It's like I was going to die. And he's like, say your final goodbyes because you'll never see her again. And so I was like, okay, Mom, bye. And I was, like, scared at that point. The chill pill officially wore off, and I was freaking out. Because the operation room was right across the hall from that room. Like, here's the room that I was in, and then here's the operation room. And so as soon as the doctor rolled me in there, I was scared. Because he's like, get out of your bed and get on this, like, weird table. It was like a table. It wasn't even a bed. It was a table. So he's like, get on the table. And so then I just lay down there. I'm laying there. He doesn't even say, like, ready to get started. He just, like, as soon as I'm on the table, head is on the mat. He takes the mask, puts it on. And I remember when he put the mask on, he's like, are you okay? And I kept freaking out. I was like, Doc, I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And the next thing you know, I'm like, okay, hopefully I turn my head like this and close my eyes, and hopefully he'll take it off. And so then that's what I do. I just put my head down and I close my eyes. And I don't remember anything. I don't remember blacking out at all. Next thing you know, I wake up and it's like hours later, like 5 hours later. The surgery was only 3. But I apparently woke up and then I fell back asleep for another 2 hours. Because I remember I woke up after 3. My arm is all bandaged up. And then I hear 2 nurses. My eyes are like barely open. And I was just like, huh, what happened? And then next thing you know, I fall asleep again. 2 hours later, I'm not in the recovery room. I'm back in my hospital room. And so, as soon as I get back to my hospital room, my mom and my grandma are there. And I'm just sitting in my bed. And guys, that was a little high. I had one of too much happiness, and I also had a little bit of anger. Like, I had a little bit of anger, and I also was happy, you know? Like, I kept repeating myself, like, I kept, like, doing things that were weird, and it's, like, 6 o'clock, and the doctor came in. It's like, hey, so you have an option. So you can either stay the night and then go home the next day, or you can go home tonight. It's just going to be really late. And I just wanted to be home. Like, I did not want to be at the hospital anymore because I hate hospitals. And so I was just like, Doc, take me home. And so what sucked, though, is that they had to do a bunch of paperwork, and I had to wait there for like 2 hours. I did not leave the hospital till almost 10 o'clock at night. And I didn't get home till almost 11. And I remember I had to go to the bathroom. And when you're still on anesthesia and you've been asleep for 5 hours after surgery, it's not easy to walk. Let's just say that. So I'm like, okay, Mom, I need to go to the bathroom. So then as soon as I lift my head, it goes back down. Like, I can't even move my head. So as soon as my feet touch the floor, my legs are all like wobbly. Like, I feel like I'm drunk at this point. Like, I can't walk. I have the nurse on one side, my mom on the other, like, literally not even like walking with me. They're dragging me to the bathroom because I can't walk myself. And so, yeah. And then after I'm done, like, they just throw me back into my bed and I just stay there until I have to go home. So then 10 o'clock reaches, I'm able to go. And what's funny is they put me in the wheelchair and then they handed me a bucket. And they're like, here. I was like, what's this for? It's like, in case you... And so, hearing that from the doctor made me want to do it. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't force myself to throw up. I felt like I was going to because I haven't eaten all day. And also, I was in surgery for 5 hours. And then I was in a bed for a couple more. And so I literally felt like I was going to throw up, but I couldn't. And so we get to my car, we drive home, and, you know, it was... And so, yeah, like, I guess that's just a little short story, like, the basic rundown of, like, what happened during my ninth surgery. Like, the surgery was a success. Obviously, I've had successful 9 surgeries in total throughout my life, but I thought I'd just like come on here and explain to you guys, like give you like a kind of fun fact about me, like, and what happened in my life, which is basically I had surgery 9 times and I'm still here, like, and just my hands may be messed up, but I'm still just like you. I'm just like everybody else, you know? I'm just a human being living his life, you know? Just because I look differently, like, doesn't mean that makes me a different person, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to come on here to explain to you guys a little fun fact about me. And so yeah, why don't we just get into the outro of this video? So guys, that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed like learning a little fun fact about me. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that jazz. Why don't you go follow me on all of my social medias, links in the description. Follow Smeltz's personal podcast on Spotify, rated 5 stars. Also go listen to it on Apple Podcasts. I will also be posting official audio to my podcasts on here, so make sure you guys are subscribed so that you, if in case you don't get Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can listen to it on here. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that jazz. Peace out, my peeps. I will see you guys in the next video.